Rural Heritage on RFD TV is brought to you by Rural Heritage Magazine, a bi-monthly magazine featuring articles about farming and logging with draft animal power, small-scale diversified family farming and homesteading, and other aspects of our rich rural heritage. Rural Heritage Magazine, borrowing from yesterday to do the work of today. For subscription information, please call 319-362-3027 or order online at www.ruralheritage.com. Welcome to another episode of Rural Heritage TV. Today we're at Tillers International in Scotts, Michigan, where heritage skills like blacksmithing, stonemasonry, wheelwrighting, coopering, and many others are taught. Today we're learning how to build a shaving horse using hand tools.
Tillers program has always been focused on low capital industries of one kind or another, starting with farming, but also the support skills for farming. So my interests go along those same lines. I like to be able to work with hand tools. I know how to use power tools, and of course, like most people, I have a passion for buying every new tool that comes along. But I have a lot of older hand tools, and I really enjoy working with them. We could do this whole class without any electricity if we wanted to. The fact is, though, that most of us here, and myself included, are not in as good a shape as I once was, but it takes a lot of work when you learn that fairly quickly, so you have to adjust your pace. And because this and most of our classes are relatively short, this is only a 2-day class. We want to get everybody done in 2 days and out the door with a product. So our goal there is to continue to move along as quickly as we can. So we show people the hand tools, and then if they're happy doing that, and some people really enjoy doing it, they may. But if they're struggling a bit, or we just want to speed things up a little, we can break out the power tools. Yeah, shaving horse is a really nice project from a hand tool woodworking standpoint, because there's so many different hand operations that we're doing here. And there's also some measuring and layout and that sort of thing. And that's a basic skill that if you don't have that, everything else gets a lot harder. So learning to use the chisel and learning to use doing the shaving on the legs for the horse is, of course, part of learning to use the product that you're making.
The first part of the shaving horse the students tackle is the bench.
Where do you want to do your first cut here? You guys team up on this one.
All right.
Seems to be pretty sharp.
Go
This way. Go ahead and grab the handle there, Tim.
All right.
Next, the students build the legs that hold up the bench.
The thing you have to remember when you're doing this, we made these little things. These were made as a guide to help you figure out where, to keep the angle proper on your drill. You could do them, if you're doing this stuff just freehand, you can do stuff like this. It's really hard to get a drill bit started on an angle like that though, because the lead screw just gets started and then this hits and it wants to keep pushing it out. You can definitely do it though. This is the bottom, right? Okay. This is the bottom. The reason I'm saying that is I've had situations where those bigger classes, where there's a lot of people, if everybody's
not exactly sure what they're trying to do. Someone can start drilling from the wrong side, you end up with legs that are pointed in the wrong direction. These are straight through holes though, so you could theoretically just flip it over, but that's not what we want to do here. So anyway, we made these guide blocks so that it's once this thing is clamped on there, it's pretty hard to not get the thing angled properly. So okay, get over here. And if you really want to try this, I would recommend you try it on a straight cut rather than an angle one, because it's going to be hard to get started. Probably, it might hit that thing when it comes through. I don't see it.
To go keep going a little more. Okay, you're there. Okay, back it out. Good.
Now spin it a little. There we go.
Yay!
Well done.
If you enjoy seeing how our ancestors lived during America's rural yesterday, you're going to love looking at these books. Volume 1 is fieldwork showing horses and vintage tractors preparing seed beds, planting, cultivating, and harvesting the crop. Volume 2 shows the work being done in the barn and farmyard, feeding and watering the livestock, getting the crop into the barn, milking the cows, shearing the sheep, and collecting the eggs. In Volume 3, we go inside the home to see the family in the kitchen canning vegetables, in the parlor listening to the radio, and in the dining room for family supper. We also head into town to shop at the general store or visit on the town square on Saturday night. Each book has over 140 large format pages. They sell for $24.95 each, or you can buy 2 for $44.95, or all 3 for $54.95 plus shipping. Call 1-877-647-2452 to order. That's 1-877-647-2452. The students must now shape one end of the 4 legs they've cut to fit the holes they just made in the bench.
This is far and away the slowest part of the class
Yeah.
Sure.
because it involves all hand work. Wobbly.
Well,
How's the height feel like when you do sit up? Yeah, it's a little taller than it needs to be. So you could.
Good thing, because this,
Well, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
everything's gonna
That's why
be
it's a
like,
little long.
So how much do you want to go down? Would you say maybe an inch or two? So what we could do is get a block, or we cut a block.
Yeah,
from
you
behind.
can put a pencil in there and just tape a pencil to it or whatever and just kind of run around there.
I might do it and see how it goes. That far is not exactly.
that's great. Woo, woo.
Okay, that works.
Not even a wobble.
Next, the students must cut out a slot in the bench for the dumb head.
This is an upper body workout. I will say if you have used one, you know that. Basically, you sit on the thing. You get that point right on that center line.
Uh-huh.
You have to really see. This one has a retractor, this gear that pulls it back up. You slide it over. I'll do one for you, just so you can see.
Great. I mean, I might not get it after just one.
Well, we'll see it. or it'll be unwound. Drawing down.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that would do you much good.
Next, the students build the ramp.
That's a safety button there, and the trigger just like a normal chainsaw.
Where's the safety button?
This piece.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Next comes the riser.
The hole underneath is right here, right?
Okay.
And then the stick that we're doing is, the leg that we're gonna put here is 3.5. So if we go 1 3/4 on each side, the stick's gonna take up that much, and then we're gonna put a block of wood on here that's probably, I think John's got some 4-inch pieces that will bolt onto the front of that
Okay.
for the head. So the front of the head's gonna come here.
Okay.
And then, to me, that's kind of nice because it gives you a little flat spot yet in front of the head to support your work, and you can still be, you know, carving with
Right.
something underneath there.
Ah, not quite.
I'll just do it on the drill press.
Thank you much.
Next comes the dumb head and leg.
that had a nice split started in already. If it didn't have that, if you take the fro, if I had done, you know, this first with the fro and kind of scored it across there, that it's kind of like John was comparing it to, you know, breaking tiles or glass the other day. If you can make a score mark across there and then put your wedge in somewhere along that score mark, it'll usually follow that score mark that you started. All right, so I'm going to score this one. I don't know if I'll get the fro to split this, but let's just score it. Go. All right, so get that one through. All right, and then I don't know if this was Chick's idea or if this is tradition or what, but again, when you're making pegs out of here, if you make some of your own, this wood around the outside, this is a piece of wood that was down for quite a while, and all this wood is dead and soft around the outside. The sapwood of this white oak is really soft, so don't use that on your project, but we're just going to tie this together. Get something to hold it while we're splitting it. See if we can get a few out of here and that are good. Anyways, this is kind of our, at least my first time trying this with an inner tube. Usually we wrap some baling twine around here.
I've seen people do it with a chain and those bungees.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You do that. What you do is you cut it off, you put another one next to it. You watch it.
Go a little ways into that one. That'll kind of help establish what I'm going at too. Now this one, I don't know what you can put it there if you wanted to, but I thought, yeah, maybe go a half inch. We need to move it down a little bit so.
Now the students make the pedal.
You don't want to really tight, so there's a habit going like this. If it's really tight,
A sideways hole is then drilled to hold the pin.
I got all the stuff to do it, so. Alright. Super easy. You have a drill press? I do. Perfect.
take a little more off, more just to let it a little more. It'll work. Your business.
Huzzah!
So we'll make a minor adjustment.
Angle back.
Yeah. To learn more about Tillers International and the wide variety of classes they offer teaching heritage skills, visit tillersinternational.org or call 269-626-0223. This program is available for purchase. To order your copy, please call 319-362-3027 or visit www.ruralheritage.com. Rural Heritage is a bi-monthly magazine dedicated to draft animal farming and logging, as well as other aspects of our rich rural heritage. It is published by Mich Press, which also offers a complete line of Back to the Land books, DVDs, and calendars. Call or write for a catalog or subscription information. or visit our website at www.ruralheritage.com.